dokie. All right. Let me see if this is too loud. Might be a little too loud. I'm gonna keep drawing dragons, guys. Last time I had music, and I realized that it cut out, so I don't know if there was some something that happened. But yeah. So, anyways, we are chugging along at this. I'm gonna do the Khaleesi part character today, and then probably some background. I mean, pretty close to done here. We'll see once the background comes in. I'm gonna have to change some colors around. Yeah, I think that's it. Still trying to figure out all the streaming stuff. I got some chats going, so hopefully this will all work, but we will see. Okie dokie. All right. YouTube chat, that chat, that chat. I don't know if it does Facebook chat, but we will see. 242. All right. So let's get going. I could play some music, maybe some royalty-free music. A 2-hour compilation. All right. I don't think I can add anything while this is going. All right. All right, so we go. I tried and failed at adding music, but last time I wasn't even sure if anybody cared. So I'm trying to find the drawing now. On top. Just a little bit. I'm going to turn off the dragon just so I can see her. Let's go. So here's your back leg. Let's see here. Pick some rando colors. Okay. So actually, I'm going to redraw her a little bit. Just so I could get a better idea of what she looks like. It was kind of rough the first time I did it. I'll do this pink, who cares? So she is wearing like a little... She also has some flowy business. She's holding on. And I have some photo ref here I'm trying to use. Capey thing that she is wearing. And her hair is always back. She has two little strands. Our little strands going like that. We'll do that. And then the back is all flowy. So I'm kind of happy. This looks kind of weird. I'm just really zoomed in, so there won't be too much detail. Because in the grand scheme of things, it's really small. So you can zoom out here, you can see how small it is. Zooming in for the drawing. A lot of windows going on right now. You guys can't see. Yeah. So normally what I try to do, what I did before, it didn't really work for the live stream, is on Photoshop you can have the same file open, and it looks like this. I can keep a full view of what everything looks like from afar, so even when I'm zoomed in, I can see it actually updates the change in real time. Like if you see, if I'm going to draw a little, let's see here. If I do like a little circle above her head right here, you'll see it appear in that little, you'll see it appear in the big one too. So it helps when you're trying to keep the composition, keep an idea of what you're doing. Because sometimes when you're zoomed in, you forget what's going on for the big picture, or I might be drawing something so detailed, and then when I look up, I notice that I can't even notice the difference, so then it just kind of saves time. So this is kind of good what I'm going for here. All right. So let's keep that. We'll knock that down. Can I just completely hide this? I will knock this way down, just so I can barely see where the dragon is. Okay. Back to all the shapes. So here we go. So that's her back leg. So many windows open. I tried to see, I guess this doesn't work. Try to get a chat thing going and it doesn't really work. Probably with Facebook, I'm guessing. Okay. So, and then maybe her arm here. We'll see how that works. Actually, there should be this flowy part that lives behind. That lives behind it. She has two of them, so I'm just going to kind of randomly do one back there like that. Should probably do that a little better. So if it's coming, that part. Just kind of refilling this out. Better idea of the shape. So that's her little cape flowy things. Then she has this little number here, which I might just get rid of altogether, but we'll see. Then we got hers, but her hair comes first because I'm working from front back to front. So I'm thinking about what shapes live behind what. I can always go in and change it, but if I can remember right off the bat, then I might as well just do it now. I'll add more little hairs kind of flying off. Again, I think this is going to be way too detailed for how far away it is, but and so ahead of that would be her head. top of everything, like that. And then what I do is I select her head, and then to keep it, just stylistically, to keep it super tight to the same line, I just clip her head, take away what I don't want, and do it like that. Her head, and then she has these little flyaway thingies. Sorry, I'm trying to get all of these windows in order. Okay. So I probably have to move these somewhere, but it's kind of what it is. Actually, we'll do her nose the same for now. I just start painting that and then see how it looks. It's wrong right now, I can tell you that. That much I know. Got a couple people I know watching. It's very nice. Again, I can't tell when you leave, so then I'll just pretend that you guys watch this whole boring thing. So let me zoom out real quick. You can see kind of what I'm seeing. Really small. There's the dragon drawing. Or better yet, hold on, let me do this. Put all of this in a nice little folder. And then there's the dragon with her on it. Actually, I'll probably leave the dragon on just so when I start coloring it or painting it, I can make sure that she pops off the dragon a little bit. Of course, that leg will be behind, but that's basically it. So you can see the drawing. Now there's that. Again, I'll do some fixes. But let's start painting. So it's kind of a bluish gray. So normally I start really light, a really light color, because I basically work with what the highlight is going to be for the whole thing. Wow, I'm really zoomed in here. This brush is normally a good size, but it looks huge when this is zoomed in. So I do it flat, and then I start painting a little bit. Again, this is going to be difficult because he's already pretty dark. And yeah, I'm going to do this pretty dark because it's behind. So with these off the sheet, like I did before in the earlier ones, where I don't do it as dark as I normally would, just so you can see it compared to the dragon, because I still think it's kind of hidden. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Might have to change color of dragon. And let her change the color of what she has on completely. But what I'm realizing with all this Game of Thrones stuff is that they wear a lot of dark clothes, a lot of grays. And it's cool in the show, but when you're trying to paint them and make them look cool, it's hard. Because I don't want it to be all murky and dark. I normally do pretty light, happy stuff, which isn't a lot of dark. But here I'll zoom out and you can see she's kind of getting lost a little bit. Yeah, let's keep going. Keep going. Yikes. Oops. This is turning out to be a mess. It all looks the same. I'm literally looking here. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. It's literally like she's just wearing all gray. If I can zoom in on this. Yeah, see, it's all gray. I mean, I'll have to take liberties. I mean, I would do it that dark, but then you just wouldn't see her. She'd look like a gray blob. So what I was going to do is do stuff like, if this is it, God, that's the brush. It's freaking huge. Again, because it's so zoomed in, it's like hard to do anything. I'm going to save this color just because I got to go back to it. I mean, I could do like some highlight business, some kind of pattern, patchworky, because this is a cape, so I could have like lines through it. And again, this isn't in the original, but it's the beauty of doing it yourself. You can have it be whatever you want it to be. Not to sound like Bob Ross or anything. Let's see. Yeah, I might do that. Add some white somewhere. Definitely, good idea. And I could put her all in white, but I don't know how far away I want to deviate from what she would wear. The only other option would be to change the dragon color, which I could do pretty easily in Photoshop. Thank goodness for Photoshop. I think I have these keys memorized. I can go to the dragon, the actual layer of the dragon, and add. It's this hue saturation thing. You can't really see it because I'm kind of zoomed in, but I can literally color the dragon whatever color he kind of needs to be. And they're both the same color, but they kind of get confusing. Maybe something like that might work. Hashtag you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So you can turn on that black and white layer again, and you'll see how her cape is like, you can't even see it compared to that. Let's see what happens if, yeah, this doesn't even help. It would have to be really dark. I'm just messing with the lightness. So it'd have to be really dark for it to pop out, but I mean, something like that might work. I mean, to me, the purple looks cooler, but maybe not so dark. Let me reset everything. I could just make it a little darker purple, I guess. Brighten up his eyes a little bit. I know it's weird to just switch it back and forth like this, but this is kind of how you do it. Making decisions, which probably isn't very exciting for a live stream, but you could fast forward it till I get past this part if it's a half hour of me just doing this over and over again. Again, I feel like it's a little too drastic. It can't be blue. Reset everything again. Yeah, I could just darken them up a little, I guess. Something like that. Not that huge of a difference, but it's enough to make her come off of the... It's either that I gotta make the dragon really light and make her dark. Let's just stick for that for right now. What about a gray-blue color for her outfit? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what it kind of is originally. I'll show it to you again. It's like this purpley, bluey kind of thing. Looks like she's wearing jeans. I think it's more, if that's the case, then I need to change the color of the dragon completely. So let's see. Hold on, let's just... Because I can still do the same thing. God, it's so boring. It's all the same. Her outfit's all the same. And since I'm so zoomed in to add detail, you see how big this brush is, you can actually see the bristles on it. But normally when you're zoomed out, I like how I really paint it, so it gets smaller and smaller. And then I gotta make her hair white. Just kind of plow through these colors. The way that I work and do the color through the cutouts, once everything's colored, it's actually easy for me to go back and change color, either using the layer thing that I was doing with the dragon, where I can make adjustment to the entire thing, or I can actually pick the different shapes a lot easier after I've already painted them. Not to get too technical about how 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 my file structure works, or how my folder structure works, my workflow. What is going on here? No. A little bit of shade on there. Last time I had music playing, I wasn't sure if it mattered to you guys. I think I talked about that before everybody joined on, so I don't know if I should put that background on. Is the silence deafening? I know that I hate silence. What I know of Becca, she hates silence. I'll make a little more pink. Is this going to be too cartoony? Let's see. Yes. So I'm trying to find the skin tone here, so it doesn't look too weird. Such a big brush. But she is pale. On the show, she's pale. In real life, I don't know. But see, I don't like it. I don't like it when it gets brown like that. I'd rather it get a little more pink. There we go. And actually, I'm going to go back to her skin. And go back to this pinkish. That's better. Make the brush a little bit smaller. I try not to cheat with my brushes, these Painterly brushes, and actually resize them. I try to use the same brush size, just so when it's all done, it kind of looks like it's painted with the same brush for the whole thing. I think if you change brush sizes too drastically, it looks obvious. Becca just sent a link. I'm going to see what's going on right now. Some relaxing piano music. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to try to put this on. Oh my god, this is going to put me to sleep. This music is going to put me to sleep. If anybody clicked on the link, it is pretty... Is this what you code to, Becca? Do you code to relaxing music? Oh, jeez. I don't think I can do it. I just get worried with streaming music here if it actually, especially on Facebook, I wonder if it will like stop your feed if it's like a licensed song. So I guess it would just be royalty free. This might be something you need to do when I'm not live streaming, so people aren't watching me search for videos. Two hours of jazz music. I mean, so yeah. Let me try to do this real quick. Let's see here. Here we go. Here we go. So if I do this and click OK, it actually adds this window. Can you actually hear this music? I don't think so. Okay. I'm not sure if you can hear music or not. I hear the music. Anyways. Go to SkillRex. That would be awesome. I'm going to take this window off because who wants to see that? Oh no, I'm trying to take this window away. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I've done it. I did it before. I did it last stream, and when I listened back, it seemed a little loud. But yeah, sorry guys. Sorry for that boring segment. You can blame Becca for that. I always push the blame on other people. I'm a pretty cool person. Okay, now I'm gonna do her eyes here, which I will just. I'm not sure what color eyes are, but I will mess around. I'll do like a greenish. Try a little bit of texture to them. Might actually, let's see here. Trying to make her nose not look so. Again, once it's zoomed out, I'm putting a lot of effort into something that is not that readable from far away. And actually, what I'm going to do is these kind of look like a little bit like blemishes, so I'm just going to take them out. What I want to do is add, like I do for a lot of characters, is like some kind of like rosy cheeks. And I will actually for this one make these smaller just so I can try to get in here. Yeah, I don't know about this. Oh boy. Actually, let me finish this real quick. Let me do her mouth so it's not so obnoxiously blue. There we go. And this also had a little bit of it's a little bit smaller, but it has like these designs like this on like this and like this. And I'm not sure how much this is going to matter, but I might put a little bit of a highlight at the bottom here. Same with this side, same with the top. Kind of what you were saying back up before, just adding a highlight. So I'm adding like another layer in case I mess up, and then I can just kind of, it's almost like an outline. Let's see. I like it. I like it. Let me see if I can do it down here. Then I'll do it to this. Oops. Thanks, Uncle Punny. I'm trying. I don't normally work on pieces this long or over this much time, but I just wanted to live stream the whole thing from beginning to end just to have it. Again, that's what I'm going to zoom out right now just so we can see what it looks like all together. I can tell by my little thing, but this way you guys can see it. So it actually doesn't look that bad now when I'm looking at it, now that I'm adding detail to her. The highlights definitely help, but she's so far away. I need to get rid of that yellow leg. I don't even think I need to worry about painting behind it. And then what I'll do is, she probably has gloves on, but I will do her hand, make a hand here. So I select the whole arm. You can see it's all like got those little, they call them the dancing ants or whatever. And then I make a new layer. And then I cut out, oops, I cut out where I want the hand, and I'm taking away the rest of the arm. So now it's just the hand that's highlighted. I fill it with the color, yada yada, do the brush, do a skin tone, and now when I do it, it is the exact same shape as it was. It's like a little seamless. And if I take it away, you can see it's the exact same shape as the hand. It's definitely a style choice that I stole from many people. To kind of keep it nice and clean, so I'm not drawing that shape on top and then you get like a little, it might be a little bigger, a little smaller. It's like the exact shape. All right, let me turn off this hue saturation. I mean, I still might have to make him a little darker. And if that's the case, I need to make the eyes brighter for the dragon, that is. So what I could do is I could take all the eye stuff and move it up. Boom. There we go. Sorry, just making folders here, boring stuff that you don't want to see. All right. So there you go. We start doing some background action here. So I started with this one behind him, which was like this bluish gray sky, which I think I'm going to kind of keep doing. It looks pretty cool. So for the easiest way for me to do that is I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to paint. So here's the white background, which is like obviously way brighter. That's why I work in gray and not the white. I talked about that last time. It's just way better if you work in gray. It's like jarring. Layer, to. Is that what I want? No, I kind of want. I mean, this might work. Let's see. I use this brush called Beast. Let's see what it starts to look like when I start painting. You want a little more gray. It is Game of Thrones, so I can always add white, but if I start like that, that might look good. I actually like this original one better. I don't know what color I had. Let's try that. Maybe a little too dark. Trying to find that color again. Really liked it. Where this is, we're gonna, this whole thing's gonna be way too dark. I don't like any of these guys, sorry. I like this guy. I wish I could just use this guy. Just blow it up. Normally it's somewhere like here. Or actually, I might have used white a little bit. Chugging a little bit. Computer's chugging. Oops. Put some white back in here. So I'm just going to kind of be jumping back and forth between the white and the blue. Oh, did my camera go out? You can't even see me. Oh, man. There we go. I get mattered. I don't think it mattered very much. Who wants to see my mug anyways? So I'm jumping between different blues just to kind of normally with like atmospheric stuff you want the, if you look at the sky, it's normally darker at the top and lighter at the bottom. All right. Make it a little bit darker up here. Oh, it's on multiply. And with these brushes, it's a little bit of cheating, to be honest, because it looks super cool. The computer starts to get mad at me when I do it too much, though. Now that we're kind of getting the sky, what I'll do is on a different layer, I'll do like a pure white. But if I press really light, it won't punch it as hard. It definitely adds a little bit of texture. It's a little too much right there. Oh yeah, good one. Again, Becca's coming in, giving me some suggestions here. Let's I'm gonna do on a different layer just in case she's wrong. Are you wrong? I'm gonna rub it in my face when you're right. It's kind of the same idea behind his sword right here in the middle to have the hilt. Is it the hilt of the sword? I don't know. Pop out a little bit. Yeah, that works. It definitely works. What I could do, I think the white's on top. Is that why? Yeah, that kind of works. You're never wrong, Becca. You're never wrong. What I kind of want to do is be this obnoxious red color in this animator's pencil. I kind of want to have the wall. Spoiler alert, there's a wall. If you haven't seen it, people like Becca who haven't watched it, just calling her out. Like, I don't know if that's going to work. I'm actually going to draw behind him so I can see what it looks like behind him. Again, that's the beauty of Photoshop here. I don't think so. It might just have to be them, unfortunately. I did want to put some kind of a background, but overall I don't think it's really going to work. It's just the way I composed it. Another option is to make it real long. So instead of a square, let's see. So now it's really long here. I'll zoom out so you can totally see the whole thing. I could do it like this. Which then would let it so I can drop her down a little. So with this I can drop her down. I'll have to repaint the dragon, but I could drop her down. Even make her a little bit bigger. And then that way, I'm not going to do that, but it could be something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick this color. I'm going to fill it just so we can see what it looks like. Use this brush again. Look how much smaller it looks now that the canvas is way bigger. Why do I feel like you can see the side of the canvas? This is kind of on the fly here. I think you're the only one watching, Becca. It's just you and me against the world. You're coding the Skillrex and listening to me drone about this. So, yeah, I might do this, actually. This looks kind of cool. So if I could take this drawing on the wall, maybe. Put it behind him. Like some kind of like... I might cut it a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out the shape of this wall here. And then it'll be that bluish color, bluish, a little more white. Right, and then you would think I wouldn't have to look at the keyboard, but I still do. Go back to this Beast brush, or this Bristol Buddy brush. See, again, look how small this looks now. I'm just going to kind of keep going, see what happens. I'll add some mist and stuff in the back, so I can do that. Which looks pretty cool. And then in a new layer, I'm going to add some like cracks. Just kind of randomly putting cracks here. I don't know if these are going to work. Make them a little smaller in the back so they look further away. fill it with the color. Fill it. I'll go back and just paint over it again. You don't really want to use the pure white. You kind of want to use this. I don't know. What I should do is add some cracks to this, like this, and just delete. I'm actually going to keep that part of the wall. And that I can do is behind it. That's 6. Let's see here. Yeah, see if I can. There we go. A little bit of depth to these cracks here. Doesn't seem like much, but I just don't know how I feel about these other cracks. Let me retry them one time. Try them using this straight lasso tool. kind of making arbitrary choices here. Sorry, I'm so silent. I'm listening to music, which sucks for you guys, but I am. So, yeah, let me try that. It looks actually already looks a little better. So just, let's see here. Is it better if it's dark cracks? That might look kind of cool. Oh yeah, I like that. There we go. Just adding some texture to these cracks here. I don't know if you can see. But it's working. Definitely working. And it looks like a wall. And it's also dark. So then in front of this wall, I'm going to actually do like some kind of some misty. Make this brush a little bigger to help me out. I can just do this right in front. Again, hopefully this will help push that wall further back. So this is kind of what it's looking like here, guys. It's a little harder. I'm trying to see. I have to look at the screen. The full-size screen here. Yeah. Like I should add something else, but I don't know what that would be, to be honest. It's like maybe I should crop it a little bit. That looks pretty good. Okay. What I need to do is just clean up this background a little bit, the sky, and then I think I'm going to call it for the piece that is. What I'm going to do is I can make it a little dark over here. To kind of help this mountain pop off a little bit. Or the wall, that is. Now I'm having a hard time with this dragon. Making sure the dragon is seen. sure this is all in one layer. It's getting a little too muddy. So I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. And then do like this white that I was doing before to kind of cut through the middle here. Again, it's a little bit of cheating because the light wouldn't actually work like this, but when you're trying to make certain things kind of come off, like I'd add a little bit over here underneath this dude's head, but then keep it dark underneath her head to make her pop off this thing. I still feel like it's missing something, but I don't know what that is. Something over here, probably. I don't know. I need something there. I really don't know what it is. So I'm going through some wall stuff. See if I can add anything to the wall. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, I think that might be it then. If I can't think of anything else, I probably just need to move on. I mean, the wall has steps. It's just a big ass wall. Ladders, but I don't think that's what I need. I think I need something else. And the foreground, I guess. I don't think. Sorry, just make another folder for the wall, for the background, for all of it. Trying to keep it all organized. I'm a pretty messy person, but my folder structures are pretty tight, guys. They're pretty tight. Yeah, I really don't know what that would be. Let me mess around real quick, just to see. I'm going to do this obnoxious pink again. I don't think I can do like some kind of tree, like trees. Your eye gets drawn to the line of the wall right now because of the large contrast. Yeah, totally agree. Reset everything. I might just make the wall darker. Yeah, the only thing is just take the wall away and have it be what it was before, them flying. Just feel like I needed something else. Going back to the grayscale again, you can kind of see the eyes popping, you see her head popping, and Snow's face, which is good. It all kind of works. If I go to the, yeah, you can tell, yeah, the walls are just as bright as everything else, so darkening it up does help. I could even behind the dragon on another smoke layer. Let me just see this real quick. Get this and just put a little. Nah. Right. Yeah. Is it weird if I flip the wall? Again, the beauty of that actually looks a little better. Yeah. And then flip this smoke. Looks better flipped. And that way, maybe with this smoke stuff, I could. What I kind of want is, I wonder if it's gotta be so boring to watch. I'm so sorry. It's watching someone figure out what they're doing. A lot of times, I have a lot of friends. They already know this. They know this whole part. They know exactly what they're doing, and then painting is the last thing they do. I just have this weird. I just want to see what it looks like if I put like some color behind this wall, as if something's happening on the other side. My computer hates this. And this might add too much contrast, but it's a little weird. I'm gonna probably drop this down a lot, but my computer needs a lot of time to think about it because it's a lot of RAM in this guy. I don't know what the problem is. It's probably just like you got too much going on. It's my computer telling me to cut it out. I'm gonna do it really bright, and then I'm gonna knock down the opacity. Which right now it's way too much. Which I don't like to do that all the time. I like to kind of keep the painting pretty true to what it's supposed to be. Like if I wanted this effect, I should have done it naturally and not drop opacity, but sometimes just ask for it. Just kind of messing with it a little bit. It adds a little bit. Now I'm using a mask layer and trying to knock it back a little. Essentially just erasing it back a little bit. On top of the opacity. I kind of like the idea of it just creeping over the edge of the wall here. And then there's some residual red. Yeah. Something like that. Looks pretty cool. I dropped down the opacity just a little. See what that looks like in black and white. Yeah, you can't even notice, which is good. Yeah. I ain't mad at that. Alright, couple more things here, and then I'll be done. This guy's head gets a little lost, so I'm just going to add a little bit of the, make this a little bit smaller. Just make it a little white behind his head. Again, kind of cheat that lighting effect. too drastic, so I might just do it different layer. There we go. Alright. I think that's going to be it for this. It was just a practice piece to do on live stream. I think this is enough of this, like 3 hours or whatever. But you can watch it from beginning to end. I don't think I did the sketch part live. But I did all the painting. So you can watch the other ones if you want. I know it's a little long. You could probably do like a time lapse of it faster. Could probably maybe talk a little more. If I had more people watching in real time, I could probably answer questions or something. But I think I'll try this again and kind of keep talking through what's happening, even if I'm repeating myself, just so I kind of get an idea of how I work exactly. But yeah, I think that's it. So let me do a little signature thing on the bottom. And then I think that's going to be it. Definitely don't like to have it be too bright. I will put it on the top layer here. It's a little bright for me. There we go. Let me try to do this, and if I can do this. If I do that, it's a little too much. What this is, but it's basically this. Trying to fit it, like again, I have it zoomed in on the. Yeah. So there you go. Actually, here I can just bring in this guy. Will that even help? Will that even work? I don't think it will. Nope, sure won't. All right. But I think that the P, what's the P stand for? My middle name. It's Patrick. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, I'll come up with something maybe on Friday and start a new one. But yeah, I wonder if there's a way I can just go full screen with this, and that way you can at least see it. It looks so small on the screen, and especially if you're watching it on YouTube, it's like super small. Yeah, I think that's everything. I don't know what else I would do to it. Just go in and keep adding detail and more detail, but I think I'm just going to kind of move on. All right. I think that is it. All right. See ya later. Oh yeah, save. Save. I know exactly what you're talking about. Alright. I'm just trying to figure out, on Twitter, it's not saving any of these videos, because I'm live streaming on Twitter and YouTube as well at the same time. YouTube saves them, but Twitter does not, and I don't know why. I have it set to do it. So maybe, normally I can just... see here, I have the collections. Alright. Bye, Becca. My one true fan. And someone else that's in here. It says 2, so it's probably someone I don't know. Alright, so like I said, I'll probably be back Friday with something new, start off something new. I'll probably do the sketch and everything live, if I have the chance. Alright, until next time, see ya!